Welcome everybody to Severe Weather Update. Today is Friday, March the 14th, and I'm doing a video for a multi-day severe weather outbreak, potential tornado outbreak, starting right now in the Ohio Valley in the Midwest, the Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, Tennessee, and northern Mississippi area, and that will go through this evening and tonight, into deep into tomorrow morning, and then an even more severe weather outbreak in Mississippi and Alabama uh, in the morning and afternoon on Saturday. So let's get right to it. The first thing we're looking at here is the day one convective outlook for today's severe weather risk. In the upper left hand corner of your screen is the convective outlook. On your main screen is the tornado outlook. And the red area covers basically the same area of parts of Missouri, southern parts of Illinois, western parts of Tennessee, eastern parts of Arkansas, and northern parts of Mississippi and Alabama. That threat is beginning now, and I'll show you on radar. We don't have any current tornado warnings, but they will begin soon. And the line of storms is starting to move into the red shaded area. That red shaded area means there is a 15% likelihood of EF2 or greater tornadoes touching down within any 25-mile radius, and that's a very large red shaded area. Covers a lot more than 25 miles, so they do expect there will be some EF2 tornadoes touching down within this area tonight. Again, the storms are starting to move into that moderate risk area or the 15% area now, and they will continue until late in the morning, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So especially if you live in the yellow shaded areas on the right side or the red shaded areas on the right side of this map, the eastern portion of it, you're going to need to have a weather radio and stay up very, very late tonight and be on the alert for tornado warnings being issued in the middle of the night. This includes Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Jackson, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee. So this is there are some quite populated areas. It says 8 million, 8.2 million are in the red shaded area, and another 6.6 million in the yellow shaded area, which is a 10% significant risk of strong EF2 or greater tornadoes. So let's take a look at the HRRR model to show you when the storms will likely begin. 00Z is 7 p.m. Central Time, so that's coming up in about a half an hour. And you can see that shows the line of storms coming through the Missouri area and entering into parts of Illinois. If I move this forward frame by frame to 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., we're seeing in eastern parts of Arkansas and northern parts of Mississippi, eastern and western parts of Tennessee, some discrete supercells that, in my opinion, are the most likely to produce very strong tornadoes. Unlike the storms coming through Illinois right now on this map, are part of a single line and are less likely, although possible, to produce very strong tornadoes. As we continue moving this through, let's see, we're at 4Z, that is, I think, 11 p.m. 5Z is midnight. 6Z is 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Central. And you can still see discrete supercells in Tennessee, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, while a more quasi-linear convective system is moving through the Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky area. But you can see there are discrete cells ahead of this line. So even this far into the morning, I think all of these areas need to be on the lookout for tornadoes and severe weather. Okay, but again, going all the way back, you can see where the threat begins. And we can look right now at radar. You can see there's a lot of severe thunderstorms in middle Missouri getting ready to enter into that. I don't know if you can see the red line is the significant tornado threat, the 15% tornado threat. It has not yet moved into that area, but it is about to move in. The line of storms is about to move into that area. As you can see, there are all severe thunderstorm warnings, but no tornado warnings yet. But again, these storms are now progressing and moving into the red shaded area, which goes from St. Louis, Missouri, all the way down to Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the red circle on, this is radar Omega. I think based on that HRRR model, though, that Arkansas really needs to be on the lookout. If you live in eastern parts of Arkansas, so you live anywhere from Little Rock all the way to Memphis, Tennessee, and north of there. So let's look at some of these cities here: Jonesboro, Lake City, Paragould, Rector, Pigot, Pocahontas, Walnut Ridge, Jonesboro, I think I said that, Harrisburg, Marked Tree. A lot of these look like relatively rural areas, but there are certainly cities within this area. Blytheville, Osceola. There are going to be discrete supercells in this area, as well as in this very southern part of Missouri, Kennett, Caruthersville, I can't pronounce some of these, Steele, Dyersburg, Tennessee, and then moving into Memphis and Jackson, Tennessee. These areas are all in the most severe portion of that red area. They're in the dead center of that red area. This is where the HRRR model shows the most discrete supercells forming in a few hours. So if you are in anywhere in this northeastern Arkansas or western Tennessee and the very southern portions of Missouri, I think you are under the gun for potentially some severe tornadoes tonight. And I think based on what we saw there, it's going to be around 10, 11, midnight, that time. And you can see where they are now. The storms are starting to move into that red area, but they are going to fire up in the Arkansas area as the weather conditions in that area are more conducive for tornadic supercells. So let's go back now. Let's now look at tomorrow, because today there's a moderate risk, 4 out of 5. Tomorrow there is a high risk of severe weather, 5 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. Doesn't get any higher than that. And you can see that includes in Alabama, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery is very close to that area. And in the tornado threat is a 30 to 44%. Today it's a 15%, or a little, 30, 15, a little bit more than that. Tomorrow it's 30 to 44% in that area. So tomorrow they say a tornado outbreak is likely. Today it's possible. Tomorrow it is likely. And we can look in Mississippi, this is the same map. This is the severe weather outlook for the high risk, 5 out of 5. That purple shaded area includes Jackson, Mississippi, Hattiesburg, and Meridian. And Starkville is very close within the Mississippi area. And again, looking at the tornado risk, 30 to 44% in that purple shaded area also includes those same cities. So tomorrow, the severe weather is going to shift a little further to the south. I believe that the models are showing this to come around 10, 11 a.m., noon, etc. And we'll look at one model here. This is the significant tornado parameter model from the NAM. And I will show you first as you can see, the significant tornado parameter fires up in Arkansas, and that's why I'm very concerned about Arkansas tonight. As you can see, that stays around the Arkansas, southern Missouri area, right in that eastern portion of Arkansas is where the tornado parameter is highest. This is for tonight. Then it fades out, and then tomorrow morning. So this is 18Z. That's around, I believe, noon or 1 p.m. Central Time is when we will see storms firing up in parts of Louisiana, and then in Mississippi looks like the greatest threat of tornadoes based on this significant tornado parameter continuing into Alabama and then fizzling out later in the day. So this is going to be a multi-day severe weather outbreak. Tonight, again, more of the Arkansas, southern Missouri, western portions of Tennessee and Kentucky area, and then tomorrow moving southward into the Mississippi, Alabama area. But both nights, both tonight and tomorrow, a tornado outbreak may occur. Tomorrow it is even more likely with the high risk, 5 out of 5, as well as the higher risk of tornadoes on on the significant tornado parameter, as well as on the tornado outlook from the National the Storm Prediction Center. Anyway, there will be a lot of storm chasers out. I'm sure there's a lot more guidance you can watch on this if you live in these areas. Let relatives or friends know if they live in either of these areas for tonight's threat and tomorrow's threat. Have them go to the internet and watch some of these videos. Ryan Hall, y'all, will be live. There'll be a lot of storm chasers out. Your local news, weather, NOAA Weather Radio are all good information sources to keep up on tornado warnings in your area. If a tornado warning is issued, you need to get to the most low level of your house in a central room without windows. Get into a bathtub, put a mattress over you and a helmet if you have one, or go to below ground if you have a basement or storm cellar. If you live in a mobile home or manufactured home, you do need to get out of that home if a tornado warning is issued and find shelter in a sturdy building or in a storm shelter or basement, friend, or anywhere other than within a home made of aluminum. Because that breaks apart and that's where you're going to get hurt. So it'd almost be better to just be outside in a ditch than be within a mobile home during a severe tornado or any tornado. Anyway, I think I'm done with this update. This is a pretty significant event, so please stay tuned, stay safe, everybody, and I will do another video if necessary, but I think I've covered what is about to happen in the next couple of days in the Midwest and in the Gulf Coast. Thank you.